This is the on-demand rentals automatic fill def tank. So it's a 180 gallon def tank with an autofill system for connecting to generators and other engines that require DEF that are continuously running. So just a quick overview. So you have the main controller here. This is where you can turn the system into manual or auto. You have the heat switch here, so this turns on and off the heat for cold weather. You have the pump in the back there, which will pump the DEF into the generator. And then you have a gauge in the middle there that will be connected to a remote monitor so that you can see the level of the tank remotely. And then in the back here you have the fill, and then the suction line for the pump is also there with a solenoid valve on the top, and that's for the purge cycle. So the tank runs off of 110 volt power. It must have continuous duty power, continuous power, otherwise if it loses power the system will turn off. So it's got a 25-foot power cord and a 25-foot dispensing hose that is all insulated and heat traced. So that's the system there. There the tank and system there. And then to show you how it operates, this is the nozzle. So this is a nozzle that will replace the fill cap on the onboard def tank of the gen. So to show you an example, you'll remove the cap and the nozzle will insert in like that. So it is important to note that there is a nozzle seat switch here, so that must be depressed for the system to operate. So on the screen now you can see that it says nozzle connected and nozzle seated. That means the nozzle's been plugged in and it's now seated in the tank, meaning that the little sensor is depressed, showing that the nozzle is seated. So at this time you can now put it into auto mode. So as long as those two lights are green, the auto mode can turn on. So you can see it says automatic active now. So when you first start it up, you'll push auto mode once, the pump won't turn on, but you push it a second time and the pump will activate. It'll start pumping DEF until it reads DEF tank is full. So once the DEF tank is full, it reaches the nozzle, it will go into DEF tank full. That green light will light up and it will go into its standby mode. So you can still see it says automatic active, and then once that level falls off that and the DEF tank full stops being illuminated, then it will go into a timer, and that's an adjustable timer. So we have it set from us at 6 hours, so it'll fill the onboard generator tank approximately every 6 hours. So after the DEF tank full light stops being illuminated, it will first go into a timer for purging, and it will purge. After 30 minutes it will purge, and that's when that back solenoid will open and the pump will run, so pumping air through the lines to clear the lines of any DEF. And then once that's complete, then it will go into the rest of the timer, 6 hour timer, to the pump, for the pump to then run again and fill the onboard tank. So it just keeps going in that cycle until either it loses power, the nozzle becomes unseated from the generator, or you click the words manual options. Pushing the words manual options will kick it out of auto. Otherwise, as you'll notice here, as soon as you remove the nozzle, as soon as it loses that nozzle seated, it will kick it out of auto and it will no longer say automatic active. Then here's the manual modes. So you have jog pump and jog purge, so you can push and hold. Jog pump will run the pump only. Jog purge will open the solenoid valve. and run the pump. So the jog pump will only work when the DEF tank full light is not illuminated, and then the purge will work both times, whether it's illuminated or not. So sorry, it's just a brief overview of the system. It's not very well done, but hopefully it'll get you an idea of how the system works.